Back to Simply Grow Now because I'm here to help you grow now. I'm going to do a reaction to the rise of Jay-Z, hip hop first billionaire documentary about a culture. Let's get into it. Yeah, boy was the first hip hop billionaire, meaning not the first billionaire in the world or not the first black hip hop person billionaire. Um, it's chances that he could be, honestly, but just the first billionaire that's an artist in hip hop in general.
Jay-Z emerged as a rapper, producer, and visionary entrepreneur who personified the classic journey from rags to riches.
The music kind of, brought you down and brought you back up. That's right.
Jay-Z's the marathon, guitar master, bigger than Rhyme master, bigger than that Jay-Z rock, so you can say I'm the pro line.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Biggie Small.
Yes.
Baby, long as I'm next to you.
We'll see what happens.
He's worth an estimated $340 million, but there's far more to Sean Corey Carter from the Brooklyn Projects than rhyme and rhythm.
Holy Grail! Jay-Z featuring Justin Timberlake.
He not only established himself as one of the most accomplished MCs of his time, but also built a vast empire that positioned him as one of the richest artists of the era. But it's not just about the money. Jay-Z's lyrical storytelling and business savvy blend seamlessly, making his rise from the shadows to the spotlight, a tale of sheer determination and raw talent. Born in 1969 and raised in the gritty Marcy projects of Brooklyn, New York, Sean Carter, alias Jay-Z Roots, were firmly in the streets. Growing up under his mother's care, he quickly earned a reputation as a budding rapper and hustler. Dubbed Jazzy in his hood, he soon adopted the shorter moniker, Jay-Z, and relentlessly pursued his entrance into the rap world. These years also saw him navigating street life, where he took on various roles to make ends meet. During this period, he associated with rapper Jaz-O, aka Big Jazz, learning the ins and outs of the industry. He also dabbled with the group Original Flavor. But Jay-Z wasn't content with the conventional path. Instead of signing with an established label, he teamed up with friends Damon Dash and Kareem Burke to establish his own venture, Rockefeller Records.
He started getting serious. My first album came out in '96, and it was like, and I had to put the album out myself. Nobody would sign me. They thought it was terrible. Every single record, I went to every single record label. They was like, this guy's terrible. He's not.
What you saying? Nobody will sign me. They thought I was terrible. And he could have been terrible. You never know. But in this example, he wasn't terrible, obviously. And that goes to show you guys, like, you getting these feedback and criticism from people, not telling you not to listen to some or to take some people's opinion, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But more than likely, bro, if you know you can do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Show them, because those exact people don't have to be a part of the fan of you or whatever the case may be, et cetera, et cetera. So he just told you, bro. They thought that he was terrible. Not saying you should want people to think you terrible, but just saying, like, don't take no criticism or opinion to heart, because that doesn't mean that they're right. Just because somebody give you opinion or something, don't mean that they are telling the truth or whatever. And I've noticed that. I've noticed that too. So don't give up.
Through determined efforts in securing distribution from Priority Records, and later Def Jam, Jay-Z's debut album, Reasonable Doubt, finally came to fruition. While Reasonable Doubt initially charted at number 23 on the Billboard 200, it went on to attain legendary status among fans, often hailed as his defining masterpiece. Spearheaded by the hit Ain't No Nigga, a duet with Foxy Brown, the album gradually gained traction in New York and beyond. Some were drawn by the involvement of luminaries like DJ Premier and the Notorious B.I.G., while others were captivated by the prevailing gangsta themes of the era. However, Many were captivated by Jay-Z's magnetic presence. As the album gained momentum, it generated 3 more charting singles: Can't Knock the Hustle, Dead Presidents, and Feelin' It. These successes set the stage for his sophomore effort, In My Lifetime, Volume 1. Peaking at number 3 on the Billboard 200, In My Lifetime did way more than just hold its own. The album was packing pop crossover firepower with big names like Puff Daddy and Teddy Riley behind the boards. Tracks like Sunshine and The City Is Mine showcased a whole new side of Jay-Z, embracing a pop-infused vibe. But don't get it twisted, this album wasn't all soft edges. Tracks like Streets Is Watching and Rap Game Crack Game made sure the gangsta rap roots were intact, intertwining with the pop flavors. And then came Jay-Z's next move, Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, swooping in a year after In My Lifetime with a stack of hits. Can I Get a and Hard Knock Life, Ghetto Anthem, blasted into the top 20 of the Billboard Hot 100. And don't forget, Cash, Money, Hoes, and Nigga What, Nigga Who. Those tracks held their own on the charts too. In fact, Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, even scored a Grammy for Best Rap Album. And like clockwork, a year later saw the arrival of Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter, another Billboard 200 topper that spewed out hits like Big Pimpin' and Do It Again, Put Your Hands Up. This album was Jay-Z's most collaborative effort yet, roping in 10 guest vocalists and a murderer's row of producers, including Dr. Dre and Timbaland. But even with all that star power, Jay-Z didn't lose his edge. He eased back a bit for Dynasty Rock La Familia, his 5th album in just as many years. This joint put Rockefeller's in-house rappers like Beanie Siegel, Memphis Bleek, and Freeway on full display. Jay-Z also went and got himself some new beat wizards. The Neptunes, Kanye West, and Just Blaze joined the party. The Neptunes' magic touch on I Just Wanna Love You, Give It To Me, turned it into a massive hit. Jay-Z's next move, The Blueprint, pretty much declared him king of the New York rap scene.
He'll be #1. It's a beautiful thing, like #1 in the whole country. That's his major accomplishment.
Before it even dropped, Jay-Z shook things up in the Big Apple with his headlining gig at Hot 97's Summer Jam 2001. There, he dropped Takeover, a blistering verse aimed at Prodigy of Mobb Deep. He drove his point home with giant photos of Prodigy in his dance outfit. And the version of Takeover on The Blueprint even added another verse, this time roasting Nas. This ignited a lyrical feud, Takeover versus Ether, that had heads spinning. But that's not all. The Blueprint had another banger in Izzo, H-O-V-A, a chart topper that made waves all year long. After The Blueprint blew up, Jay-Z kept the momentum going with more projects. He linked up with The Roots for Unplugged and teamed with R. Kelly for Best of Both Worlds. And that wasn't the end. Jay-Z cranked out a good 40 new tracks, 25 of which made their way onto his next record, the double album The Blueprint, The Gift, and The Curse. This one wasn't just a sequel, it was a bold, sprawling, double-disc extravaganza that showed off Jay-Z's unparalleled range. Of course, it churned out singles too, including a 2-pack cover, Aero 3 Bonnie and Clyde, where Jay-Z teamed up with his future wife, Beyonce. And as if that wasn't enough, Jay-Z popped up on a couple of hits in the summer of 2003, Beyonce's chart topper, Crazy in Love, and Pharrell Williams' Frontin'. And then came the moment that caught the hip-hop world off guard. Jay-Z announced that he was calling it quits after one final album.
You're retiring. Two words I never thought I'd put Jay-Z.
As far as that record, Crazy in Love, Future wrote that, by the way. It's a shout out to Future. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing about being an artist as well. You can songwrite. That's an extra bag. Now they just brought up something about things. I wanted to get that point. Let me run it.
Pop world off guard. Jay-Z announced that he was calling it quits after one final album.
Yeah, so he said he was calling it quits after one final album. And then guess what he did? Dropped another album. So here's the thing. Nobody's quitting. If they're going to quit for real, they just won't put out no more work. Duh. Like they just won't. No work, nothing on no futures, nothing. You feel me? But that is a good publicity stunt that you can do though. If you want to do that. Like you're quitting or you finna quit or whatever the case may be. That's a good publicity stunt. But I'm just telling y'all, they never do.
You're retiring. Two words. I never thought I'd put Jay-Z and you're retiring in the same sentence. I got to get to the question everyone wants to know: why?
Killing that hat. You know, like I thought my first album was gonna be my one and only. You know what I'm saying? But the business, you know, we moved Rockefeller from Priority to Def Jam, so you know I had a contract to fulfill. You know, so every album it was like that. Like, you know, this could be the last, this could be the last. Then I got to a point where I was making like an album a year, every year since '96.
That album, the Black Album, got an express release from Def Jam and skyrocketed to the top of the Billboard charts by the year's end. Two standout hits, Dirt Off Your Shoulder and 99 Problems, blazed the trail. And the album even inspired a bootleg mashup gem, the Grey Album, thanks to Danger Mouse's ingenious touch. The whirlwind of 2004 saw Jay-Z on a farewell tour that climaxed with a grand Madison Square Garden performance immortalized in the Fade to Black DVD. Not stopping there, he even teamed up with R. Kelly for an arena tour that stirred up its own waves. With his reputation reaching stratospheric heights, Jay-Z took a curveball when he was offered the role of president at Def Jam. The legendary rap label was facing challenges and needed a steady hand during a rough transition. Taking the reins of a company that was once steered by Russell Simmons and Rick Rubin about 2 decades prior, Jay-Z rolled up his sleeves and accepted the challenge. As a part of this deal, Def Jam's parent company, Universal, acquired Rockefeller. Jay-Z's presidential entry wasn't a quiet affair. He became one of the few African-American major label executives, making history in the business.
Jay-Z can officially add a new title to his resume. He is now hip-hop's first billionaire, according to Forbes.
While many rappers had their boutique labels, none had climbed to these heights. Jay-Z got down to business right away, kickstarting a slew of new talents.
That's how you know that, man, about his business. Now, you don't have to be a billionaire to be successful, to be looked at as successful, to make a living, to just enjoy life, to just enjoy your music career. You don't have to ever be a billionaire. That's just something he wanted to do, obviously. He wanted to be a billionaire, so boom, he's a billionaire. And he did so much stuff. But that, don't get it messed up. He did put in a lot of work, though. And me personally, I'm not a fan of Jay-Z music like that. I get it, though, you know, but I'm more a fan of his business skills, you know, his business things. You know, he did say, I am a business man. So clearly he is. And you just got to know what you're in it for, what you're willing to do, and how far you're willing to get, et cetera, et cetera. You don't have to be a billionaire. You can be good just being a millionaire. And that's okay. So I don't want that to be discouraging, y'all. But also, it can inspire you guys if you do want to be a billionaire. You do want to reach the highest heights or whatever the case may be.
Including Young Jeezy and Rihanna. Then, a surprise move. Jay-Z returned from retirement for the I Declare War concert in 2005, lighting up New York City. The ambitious spectacle brought in stars like Diddy, Kanye West, and even Nas, marking a peacemaking moment. With the long-standing beef behind him, Jay-Z revealed he was back for good. He sealed the deal with Kingdom Come, making a powerful re-entry. The fire didn't die down with American Gangster, inspired by the film of the same name. And as if that wasn't enough, Jay-Z didn't just rest on his laurels. He left Def Jam, and from the ashes, Roc Nation emerged, an empire encompassing a label, music publisher, and talent agency under the Live Nation umbrella. And let's not forget the third installment of the Blueprint series, The Blueprint 3. The album was introduced with DOA, Death of Auto-Tune, and featured heavyweight collaborators like Kanye West and Timbaland. Guest appearances from stars like Rihanna and Alicia Keys, the latter joining him on the mega hit Empire State of Mind, cemented the album's success. As the next 2 years rolled by, Jay-Z teamed up with Kanye West and others on Watch the Throne, 2011, a chart topper fueled by hits like Otis and Nenegades in Paris. And on January 7th, 2012, a new chapter in his personal life began when Beyoncé gave birth to their daughter, Blue Ivy Carter. Jay-Z wasted no time. He released Glory, featuring his daughter, making her the youngest artist to grace a Billboard charting single. He then dropped his 12th solo album, Magna Carta, Holy Grail, 2012, complete with production from Timbaland and his partner Jerome J. Rock Harmon. The lead track featured none other than Justin Timberlake, who Jay-Z was also touring with that summer. For the next few years, Jay-Z's focus was primarily on various business ventures, philanthropic efforts, and producing the documentary Time, the Caliph Browder Story. He made guest appearances on tracks by artists like Drake and DJ Khaled. Amidst all this, he and Beyoncé collaborated on Shining, and he earned a spot in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, a first for a rap artist. Then came the highly acclaimed platinum-certified 444 2017. The album topped the Billboard 200 and snagged nominations for Album of the Year and Song of the Year for The Story of OJ at the 60th Annual Grammy Awards in 2018.
I want to thank God, a little bit for this award, but mostly for that and all the universe for conspiring and putting that beautiful light of a young lady in my life. I want to tell Blue that, look, Daddy got a gold sippy cup for you.
That same year, he embarked on a global stadium tour with Beyoncé, famously known as On the Run 2. The tour coincided with the surprise album Everything Is Love, a collaboration between the Carters. Including the hit Apeshit, the album dropped with a splash and boasted production from Pharrell Williams, Mike Dean, Cool and Dre, Boy One Day, and more. Then, in 2021, Jay-Z lent his voice to the soundtrack of the Oscar-nominated film Judas and the Black Messiah with the track What It Feels Like, featuring the late Nipsey Hussle. Jay-Z's romantic history includes several notable relationships prior to Beyoncé. Some of these individuals include Lil' Kim, Aaliyah, and Foxy Brown. However, details about Jay-Z's past relationships are often kept private, and not all specifics are publicly known. When it comes to his relationship with Beyoncé, the couple began their journey around 2002. They initially met when Beyoncé was just 18, and their romantic connection developed over time. They kept their relationship out of the spotlight for a while, and eventually collaborated on the song '03 Bonnie and Clyde, where Jay-Z teamed up with his future wife, Beyoncé. Their marriage in April 2008 marked a significant milestone, and their enduring partnership has lasted for over 2 decades. In terms of their family life, Jay-Z and Beyoncé have always been very private, especially when it comes to their children. They welcomed their first child, Blue Ivy, who later made history as the youngest person to have a song on a Billboard chart. Additionally, they became parents to twins, Rumi and Sir, who arrived after a challenging pregnancy. The couple shared glimpses of their family life through carefully selected moments, but much of their personal lives remained shielded from the public eye. Jay-Z's path in the hip-hop realm is undeniably remarkable. From his early days in Brooklyn to his status as a legendary rapper, influential entrepreneur, and cultural icon, he has etched an indelible mark on music and beyond. With his compelling narratives, innovative business endeavors, Jay-Z's legacy endures.
Yeah, that's facts. Told y'all he's good at that. What y'all think about Jay-Z? Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Check links in the description.